Hello, everyone. I am Meg from Maison Jupiter and Beyond Mystic, and welcome to another edition of your weekly Beyond Astro forecast here on the Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing very well, sending lots of love to all of you out there. I again have something going on with my throat and my sinuses, so please forgive me, you guys, if you hear me sniffling or my voice sounds a little weird during this Beyond Astro. I'm going to do my best here today. Let me know in the comments if any of you guys are experiencing any interesting things physically going on. I've had the realization that definitely my throat and my sinuses have a lot to do with my personal witch wounds and some past life stuff. So just sending those parts of myself love as there is cleansing and clearing and activation going on there. And would also love to hear from you guys in the comments how you've been feeling since this shift of Pluto re-entering back into Capricorn on June 11th. So from June 11th, 2023 to January 20th, 2024, Pluto is back in Capricorn for the second last time before going full steam ahead into Aquarius in November of 2024. So if you didn't catch my last Beyond Astro, I went really deep into Pluto going back into Capricorn, the specific dates around that information. So check last week's Beyond Astro if you didn't already and would like to. And before we dive deep into the astrology, I want to share with you guys this very exciting new activation, abundance activation that's going to be hosted by May Levy that will be available at the beyondmystic.academy. And this is going to be live on Friday, June 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern. And May Levy is going to be assisting us in clearing our limiting beliefs around abundance. And it's a sliding scale, sliding donation scale for this activation. So if you'd like to join in or learn more information about that, you can go to beyondmystic.academy. And yesterday evening, Tuesday, June 13th, myself and Julie were joined on Divine Feminine Oracles, the weekly show by May Levy. Sophie was not with us yesterday, so May Levy joined, and it was very, very interesting to speak with her about abundance and consciousness. She's very authentic and knowledgeable, and highly recommend her and this activation. So check that episode of Divine Feminine Oracles out if you didn't get to see it yet. And also remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. It helps us be able to get all these amazing messages out there, content out there. And we love to hear from you guys in the comments as well. Your feedback, what you're sharing. Are we resonating with you? What you would like to hear more from us? So let us know in the comments. So this is a really interesting week astrologically. And I want to start off by saying I wasn't surprised last week when the whole UFO whistleblower information came forward, because we did have, I've been talking about the past few Beyond Astro weekly forecasts, we've been having Jupiter conjunct the North Node in a Gemini degree and Mercury conjunct Uranus. And this is all about information coming forward regarding disclosure, ETs, higher technology, all that kind of stuff. So that literally happened. That whistleblower, David Gersh, I think is his name, came forward literally on the day that Mercury was conjunct Uranus. So I just love how astrology is so just to the point, to the day. You can't make this stuff up. And really interesting, if you guys haven't seen that yet, this really high level government whistleblower came forward and basically said that the government has in their possession UFOs, which a lot of us have known that already, and actual ET bodies. But what makes this disclosure different is this is like a very, very high level whistleblower coming forward. So that's over at the News Nation YouTube channel, if you want to hear that. And personally, I believe that that information coming forward from David Gersh is real. And I do not believe or feel that it is a psyop, because when that came out was Mercury, the ruler of clarity, truth, facts, conjunct Uranus, ETs, disclosure, higher technology. So I think that was real information coming forward, not nefarious information. And one of the things I want to talk about with this week, with this new moon in Gemini that we're going to be having, which is a really interesting energy, is we're having lots of information coming forward that is accurate. There's real disclosure. There's, real things being uncovered, that things we're learning about our real ancient technology, our cosmic history and connection, spiritually, like all these things happening. But at the same time, there is a nefarious agenda and false information happening at the same time. So really interesting. We're going to talk about that because it's very prevalent this week. How do we navigate the different streams of information coming forward? What's real, what's not real? How to feel and tap into what is real and what is false, right? So before we get into, I'm going to share a chart. Want to share with you guys that Jens and I last night watched this new movie by Stephen Greer, The Lost Century. So this was another disclosure information that came out during this Mercury conjunct Uranus time. So funny how just accurate the astrology is. I love it. And we watched this last night and it was really, really interesting and cool. So this is out now. It's a documentary presented by Dr. Stephen Greer, who I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about. He's a UFOologist, a scientist, a researcher, presenter, really interesting guy, I think, with a positive intention. So it's called The Lost Century and How to Reclaim It. And it's all about free energy and the higher technology that we've actually had available, and how we don't need to be on this system that we've been in the past 150 years of, electric wiring and oil and coal and all this stuff, that there's actually real free energy, and that's available to us, and that we live in abundance all around us, and that scarcity is not even real if we're in our natural energy. So just totally, totally fascinating. He shares lots of examples of free energy. I feel like this is a really important movie that just came out. And if it resonates with you to check it out, do so, because this is a really big part of this age of Aquarius that we're stepping into, is the higher technologies of our ancient past and our ancestors, and new ones coming forward, and us actually creating a whole beautiful new world, a whole new system of free energy. So really exciting times that we are in, for sure, you guys. So cool. But for this week, specifically with the astrology, we've got some big things happening. We've got a new moon in Gemini. We've also got Saturn going retrograde. And both of these events are actually going to be happening on the same day, which is really, really interesting, on June 17th and June 18th. So depending on where you are in the world, this new moon is either going to be happening on June 17th for you or June 18th. The exact time is June 18th, 2023 at 12:37 a.m. Eastern time. So if you're on the Pacific coast, then it's going to be June 17th for you. If you're on Eastern time in Europe, in Asia, I believe, might be wrong about that, but just double check your time zone, you guys, then it'll be on the 18th. So this is, I'm going to keep saying, really interesting, because new moons are our times of yay, new beginnings, setting new intentions, fresh new starts, which this is. And in Gemini, which is one of the lighter signs, if you will, lightness, information, creativity, socializing, having fun, even flirting and sharing information. But there's some kind of harsh aspects and things happening during this new moon. We've got Saturn going retrograde literally just a few hours before the exact time of the new moon, which retrogrades, you guys, and it's funny because when we get to the cards, I'm going to share how one of the cards I pulled was retrograde. So we'll get to that. Retrogrades are not necessarily negative and bad, okay? Retrogrades are when a planet from our Earth's perspective looks like it's going backwards, but it's actually station going in a circle from our Earth's perspective. So it's not actually going backwards. It's like station and going in a little circle where it's station. And retrogrades are about reviewing and reflection would be the key words. So yes, it's not a forward movement. It's not go steam ahead. It's reviewing and reflecting. So not necessarily negative, but not the most, not a super fast energy, things moving forward quickly, so to speak. Hope I'm explaining that in a right way. So we got the Saturn retrograde happening the exact same time, the new moon, which is kind of slowing the energy of it down. Gemini is a very fast sign. If you know anybody who's a Gemini, or if you have any Gemini placements yourself, you know that energy is very smart, very clever, very light. It likes to enjoy life. It's a very fast moving energy. And we've got Saturn station retrograde, pretty much the exact time of this new moon within a few hours. We've also got Neptune is exactly square this new moon, the moon and the sun, off by only 1 degree. And Neptune is the planet ruler of Pisces that, yeah, it's spirituality and creativity, but in its shadow sky, which is being reflected by in the square to the new moon, it's deception and illusion and mental health issues. This is why I'm calling this new moon thriving and manifesting in the fog. Thriving and manifesting in the fog, because there is a, I was going to just say fog, but actually Spirit wants me to say thick fog at the moment. And what is that fog? The fog at this time is that there is a lot of disclosure happening. We got Pluto in 29 degrees of Capricorn again until January. This is review and reflection and revealing of our power systems, our governments, the control systems. There's things coming out all of the time. We've got us stepping into the age of Aquarius. There's lots of information coming out of us taking our power back, our ancient history, all that stuff. But at the same time, there's an agenda by, you know, the bad guys, be careful what words I use here on YouTube, to take away our power. And how they do that is by false stories and lies. So that side of things is going to try, well, they are trying to hijack the disclosure that is going on in terms of the ET stuff, in terms of the spiritual awakening. They're trying to hijack all these things and create a false narrative. So this fog is of how to discern what is real and what is not. So yes, it's a new moon in Gemini. Okay, Gemini is about socializing, communication, friends, flirting, having fun, creativity, communicating. We can do all that. We can set a new intention. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do a new intention ceremony at this new moon, but it's important for us to be mindful that there is a fog, okay? And if you are feeling confused about information that's coming out, that is totally normal. That's okay. All the truth is going to come out and be revealed within the next few years. So no worries around that. And this is a time to observe what is coming forward. And if we feel confused about information that's coming forward, we can just keep observing it. We don't have to take it in and make a set opinion or belief around something. This is very much about our beliefs as well, because at this new moon exact time, Jupiter, the ruler of beliefs, is sextile Saturn, almost exact, 1 degree off. So this is actually a really positive aspect, that it's about our beliefs being strengthened, our values being strengthened. I really feel like it is a good, new moon weekend to socialize, to connect with friends, our romantic partners, even family, and communicate. But we need to be discerning of the information that we are hearing and if it is true or not. So let me know if that resonates with you guys in the comments, if that makes sense, if there is anything that you feel confused about in this moment. And I think there's nothing wrong with being empowered and saying, you know what, when it comes to, for example, like, what would be a good example? I'll say like that other UFO story of that family that saw the UFOs in their backyard in Las Vegas last week. I'm not saying that's not real. I haven't really looked into that too much. But if we're confused about that, it's okay to say, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not. And in time, that will be revealed. So I know that's like a little silly example, but just saying it's okay to be in the I don't know. And Spirit's wanting me to say who's going to be getting affected the most by this is if you have, prominent positions astrologically around 26 degrees of Gemini, because that's this new moon, you're going to be feeling this a lot. But people, our brothers and sisters that are not really conscious of the fact that we are going through a whole shift into the age of Aquarius, that they haven't stepped into, spirituality or consciousness or whatever, there can be confusion and even mental health issues coming up around this week. So this is actually a good week to check in, communicate, Gemini, with people that maybe we know in our lives that might be struggling, that might be confused, that are maybe too shy or embarrassed to ask for clarity or help or support. And just putting that out there, we might want to do that. This is also a new moon. I really feel like journaling right now is really, really powerful. Anything that has to do with words, writing, communication, this new moon to manifest. Journaling what your feelings are. Journaling what your values are. Journaling or saying out loud or singing what it is that you want to create and call into your life. You could even journal something that you're confused about or upset about, and then, write that down, read it, and then burn it, let it go, radically accept it and burn it. So it's an interesting new moon. I think we could have fun with this new moon and this weekend, but there is this fog. There's definitely this foggy energy because more and more information is coming out this week. And actually, I think this new moon is setting the tone for the whole rest of the summer. It's just going to be nonstop information coming out that is really accurate, but then some that's not really accurate. And it's like challenging sometimes to navigate what's real and what's not. And I was pulling some cards. I'll just get rid of the chart for a second on, what's our message from the astrology cards for the week. And it's interesting because I got the retrograde card. So we've got Pluto retrograde right now. We've got Saturn going retrograde on June 17th, just hours before the new moon. We're going to be having Uranus and Neptune also going retrograde soon. So all the outer planets are going to be retrograde this summer. So how we can navigate this retrograde and also that fog, it's interesting. First house, which is the house of Aries, and Mars, which is the planetary ruler of Aries. So I really feel like being in our physical bodies, that's Aries. Being in the present moment strengthens our energy field, strengthens our ability to discern effortlessly and easily. If we are spending all of our time on the phone or the computer, taking in information from other places and not being in our body, Mars, outside, doing something that we love, that self loves, Mars and Aries, we're not in our own energy field. Our energy field is actually really far away and out. So it's important for us to be focused on self, calling our energy back to us and doing things within the physical body, physical activity, athletics, dance, going for a walk. That's all Aries and that's Mars. Being in the present moment, getting off the screens, right? So I thought that was a really cool message of how to navigate this energy. And it's summertime if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. So a lot of us feel more inclined to go outside and to get active, and that strengthens our energy field and clarity as well. And really interesting with my Lenormand cards. Love these so much. They're always so accurate. I pulled the Gemini card, the birds, the ship. This would be like a Sagittarius card. And the rider, which would also be like a Gemini card, news coming in fast. So the two like Gemini cards, if you will, from the Lenormand came up as our message this week. And I always love to make like a little 3-card sentence out of the Lenormand cards. So it's like information. The birds represents information from faraway places, foreign sources, even ET, other countries, things outside of ourselves coming in fast. This is the rider, information coming in fast. And that this is going to continue for a while. I'm getting that this is going to continue for a while, to the point where sometimes it can be confusing and sometimes it can be overwhelming. And that's why it's important for us to be in our physical bodies, to be in the present moment. For myself, I've been working a lot trying to work on my routines, and I've been working with trying to look at my phone only twice a day. So in between those times, I'm not scattered by paying attention, unless there's a very important call or message, to different notifications and news. So there's the set times where I take that information in, and then in between those times, Aries, I'm doing my own thing. I'm focused on self. I'm in my body. I'm not being put outside my body by external information. So I'm also feeling Spirit sharing with us right now. If you're open to it, you guys, there's a practice that we can do to actually bring our energy field back to us, back to self. And I'm feeling like sharing this with you guys. If it resonates, this will just take like a minute or two. If it doesn't resonate, you can just like skip this part. And what we're going to do to just bring our aura in, we want to have our aura and our energy field within a couple or a few feet of our body, because when our energy field is out, and sometimes it can be really out, sometimes it can be like even hundreds of feet outside of our body, if we're really scattered or not grounded, it's not good for us. So what we can do is just take a couple moments to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And this is something you can do at any time if you ever feel scattered or confused. So just focusing on the breath. And you can put your hands out either to your sides or in front of you. And just take some moments to feel, to sense your energetic field around your body. And you may sense the energetic field through seeing, feeling, or knowing. And just notice what you're feeling. Does it feel like your energy is far out, that your energy goes far out? Or are you feeling that your energetic field is within a couple to a few feet of your physical body? And if you feel that your energy field, your aura, your energy is really far out, just take some moments to, with your hands or your intention, bring it back in. Moving it back in with your hands or your intention. And if you feel to, you can say, I call back all my energy now. I call back all my energy to me now. I call all my energy back to me this present moment. I call all my energy to be within a few feet of my physical body now. I have a strong and healthy auric field now. I am grounded in clarity now. And any affirmations that you feel to say, you can say. And just feel your energy field all around you as strong, and then whenever you're ready, open your eyes. So thank you for that, Spirit. That's something that I think we can do at any time, especially during these times if there's a situation that happens that can be ungrounding or unstable, or there's information coming in that is ungrounding or unstable. Coming back to center is a really important thing right now. So, but I don't want to freak you guys out with this new moon. I do think that it is a really great opportunity to create a new intention and to use our words, because Gemini rules words and communication, to create our new intentions. And you want to look at wherever you have 26 degrees of Gemini in your chart, because that's going to be a particular area where this new moon is blessing and activating. So other than the new moon on the 17th, 18th, you guys, and we are in the new moon portal now. I'm recording this on June 14th, and we will be for the few days after the new moon as well. Other than this, we've got that Saturn retrograde, which is going to be from June 17th, 2023 to November 4th, 2023. So we're about to have the two malefics, Saturn and Pluto, retrograde together. And, you know, Pluto being in Capricorn is revealing our governments, our systems of power, all of that stuff. And with Saturn being in Pisces, Saturn is the ruler of governments and powerful people and systems and structures in Pisces. So this is a lot of things continuing to be revealed while these planets are retrograde. It's very important for us to be grounded in our physical bodies during this retrograde. How cool is it that we pulled that card? So yeah, we'll talk more about this Saturn retrograde, I think, in upcoming videos, because there's a lot more to that. And yeah, pretty much, I think those are the most important things for this week that I wanted to share with you guys. Next week, June 21st, is the summer solstice. Yay! So we are in that solstice time of light and love and enjoying life. And it is really important for us during these times, even though there's a lot of change and transition and revealing going on, to enjoy ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with sometimes taking a little break from the information. And social media. I actually did that the past 2 weeks while I was away on holiday. I didn't look at anything. And I saw in the comments that some people were a little upset with me that I wasn't aware of some of the things going on. But you know what? It's important for us to do that sometimes, to take a step back and come back to center. So hope you guys enjoyed this edition of Beyond Astro for the week of June 14th. Also want to mention that I am offering personal astrology consultations at the moment. I have, I think, 2 or 3 consultations left for August, and then we're going to start booking into September. So love doing the readings for you guys. I'm so passionate about the astrology. I hope you can see that. And sharing this information is really life-changing when we look into your birth chart and the current transits that are going on. And of course, we've got the discount code Beyond Mystic, where you can get 10% off your next reading. And remember, you guys, to like and share this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. We love you all so, so much. And today, tonight of June 14th, I think at 4 p.m. Eastern, Julie and I are going to be doing a new Astro Decode episode on the Maison Jupiter YouTube channel, and we're going to be decoding the solar returns of the USA and Canada, because the astrological birth chart of Canada and the US, July 1st and July 4th, are coming up, and we're going to decode the birthday charts for the whole next year for these 2 countries. So that'll be today over at the Maison Jupiter YouTube channel, 4 p.m. Eastern. So love you guys so, so much. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I hope you have an absolutely magical week. Magical new moon. Let's use our words. Let's communicate. Let's socialize. Let's have some fun. Let's play with the energy. And I love you guys so much. Sending so much cosmic love your way.